So if you've been playing Evil Dead recently, over the last weekend, you've probably noticed in solo queue that it's pretty damn hard to win as Survivor, because it's really difficult to get your teammates to actually focus on the objectives. And that is the number one reason, at least in my experience playing so far, that you lose matches. Is your team takes too long, they fart around in the beginning of the match, or they just completely ignore the objective entirely. They go off and they loot for too long, and then you're running up against the time limit, or the demon player winds up leveling up too much, and then you can't catch up. I'm here to tell you why Pablo is the solution to your problems. Pablo is the solo queue god, and I'm going to tell you why. His abilities are incredible for soloing. The main reason is his second ability, his passive, Infernal Camouflage, which makes it so demons are no longer able to detect you using demon vision. So that essentially allows you to run off on your own without the demon being able to see where you are. So essentially what you do, or rather what I do if I'm playing solo, is I'll pick Pablo, who, by the way, is unlocked by playing some of the solo missions. I think he's like mission 3 or something like that. You unlock Pablo, one of those solo missions. Anyway, once you unlock him, then you can go into game with him, and as soon as the match starts, get in a car and drive to the first objective, to the first map piece. Don't worry about what your teammates are doing. In fact, you probably want to separate from them so that the demon doesn't find you in the group with them, because the demon can still sense them even if he can't sense you. So you want to make sure you just separate from him, go get the map pieces, and you can get those done bang 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 really fast. Now, the other reason he's really good at this is that he could produce amulets like crazy, and then he's got all this stuff that buffs amulets, and I think most of the characters do. But his ability to constantly produce new amulets and hold more than most people means he's gonna always have full armor. And when he does have full armor, the bars are gonna be bigger once you get leveled up enough, and the shields are gonna cause damage reductions. And then if you get him to level 25, you're gonna have the ability to have basically 1 bar at all times. So he's really tanky. He's probably the tankiest character in the game, even more so than Henry the Red. And Henry the Red has literally an invincibility ability that he can activate. So he's really good at being off by himself. So he's great for just soloing. If you're really struggling with solo queue, I recommend playing Pablo and just chasing those first 3 objectives right out the gate. Now, I do want to warn you. The demon's gonna know when you start looking for the lost pages or going after the Kadarian dagger. So those 2 objectives that are after the 3 map pieces, you can't do those solo, because the demon's just going to come over to you while you're trying to do one of those objectives, and you're going to be left alone. You can't really do those solo. So if you have really bad teammates who don't do the objectives at all, then you're just kind of out of luck. You're going to lose no matter what. So you got to keep that in mind. This is not something where you could just literally solo the demon by yourself with no teammates at all. You still need your teammates' help. Now, hopefully, if you get the map pieces done really quickly, which is what I do in a lot of matches, I just bang out the first 3 map pieces super quick, and then go and do either the lost pages or the Kadarian dagger. Usually what happens is we have so much time left that even if the demon shows up, I can run away and retreat back to my team, and then they'll kind of get the clue and figure it out. And like, because here's the thing, if you stick with your team in the beginning and they're not doing map pages, by the time they actually are, you know, satisfied with their loot and start actually working on objectives, and they're just doing the first map piece, it's over. You're going to be way behind on time. Demon's going to be way leveled up. At least now, if you're off doing those first 3 map pieces when they first start doing objectives, it's going to be on the dagger or on the lost pages, which is way easier to manage. So hopefully it goes for you if you try this strategy the same way it goes for me in most of my matches, which is the demon is going to be messing with them while they're trying to loot, because the demon doesn't know where you are while you're doing your map pages. Then you go hit up the lost pages or the dagger, and your teammate will come over to you. Your teammates will come over to you while you're doing that objective and help you fight the demons. And then all of a sudden, you've now essentially forced your teammates into doing the objective. So it's a great option if for some reason your teammates aren't working with you, if you can't use voice, whatever the reason might be. Pablo is a solo queue god, at least at the moment. The game is brand new, so there might be other options out there. But right now, if you're having any kind of frustrations with solo queue in Evil Dead the game, try Pablo. Trust me.